President Trump is preparing to ban visas from 36 countries, including Nigeria, Egypt, Ghana, and even US allies like Djibouti. The reason? Security concerns, they say. But the list tells a different story. Why are most of the targeted nations poor, black, or powerless? Why now? And what's the real agenda behind this sweeping move? Let's find out. This isn't just a policy change, it's a declaration. When Donald Trump's administration listed 36 countries for potential visa bans, 25 of them African, it wasn't some routine security update. It was a quiet, calculated message to an entire continent. You are not welcome. Beneath the legal jargon and the language of national security lies a deeper truth. This is not about biometric passports or background checks. It's about who controls movement and who is allowed to participate in the future. They say the issue is overstay rates, document fraud, and poor digital systems. But ask yourself, if that were the case, where are India, Russia, or the Philippines on that list? These countries also have visa overstays and infrastructure problems, yet they're not being banned. Why? Because they have power. They have leverage. They can't be ignored or punished without consequences. Africa, on the other hand, is easy to target, rich in people and resources, but weak in global influence. That's what this is really about. The ban isn't aimed at criminals. It's not about insurgents. It's about stopping everyday Africans, students, professionals, families, artists, innovators, from crossing borders. Because in the eyes of the West, African movement equals African progress. And African progress is a threat to the old world order. For decades, the system has been built on the assumption that Africa will always stay behind, sending raw materials, receiving aid, supplying labor, but never rising on its terms. That assumption is now under pressure. Across the continent, tech hubs are booming. Youth populations are exploding. In Lagos, Nairobi, Accra, and Dakar, young people are creating, building, and organizing. They're launching startups, reshaping politics, and redefining what African excellence looks like. And as that potential grows, so does the panic in Western capitals. Because for the first time in history, Africa doesn't need the West to survive. It only needs the space to move freely, to breathe, to exchange ideas, to expand. And that is what this ban is trying to block. The memo from Washington isn't just a visa restriction. It's a form of psychological warfare. It tells Africans, your documents are not trusted, your systems are not sufficient, and your people are not safe to let in. It tells a young Burkinabe student who just earned a scholarship in Boston that her dreams are conditional. It tells an Ethiopian doctor trying to attend a global health summit that his expertise doesn't matter. It tells an Ivorian entrepreneur that his innovation has no place in Silicon Valley. In short, it tells Africa, stay where you are. But perhaps the most dangerous part isn't even the policy itself. It's the way it shapes how we see ourselves. After enough rejections, delays, and denials, people stop trying. They start shrinking their dreams to fit the limits imposed on them. That's what this policy is really designed to do. Not just block access, but shrink vision. And it's working. Quietly, slowly, invisibly, it is discouraging the next generation of African leaders from even daring to move. And yet, beneath the silence, something is changing. Across social media, in classrooms, in diplomatic halls, a different conversation is emerging. Africans are no longer simply reacting to these bans, they're beginning to question the entire system behind them. Why do we need access to spaces that reject us? Why do we continue to seek validation from systems built to exclude us? And what would happen if we stopped begging for entry and started building our global platforms? The visa ban is not the end of our movement, but it is a wake-up call, one that forces us to ask, if the world is trying to lock us out, what are they afraid we'll build if we finally move freely?
President Donald Trump's administration has intensified its immigration policies, directly affecting African nations. New travel restrictions and deportation measures are reshaping the landscape for Africans seeking opportunities in the United States. But what's driving these changes and what do they mean for Africa's future? Stay tuned as we delve into the heart of these developments. In recent months, the Trump administration has expanded its immigration agenda, introducing new travel restrictions targeting multiple countries, including several in Africa. These measures are part of a broader strategy to tighten U.S. immigration policies, citing national security and economic concerns. But beyond the headlines, these policies carry profound implications for African nations and their citizens. The administration is considering implementing new travel restrictions on citizens from up to 41 countries, many of which are African nations. The proposed measures include total visa suspensions. Countries like Nigeria and Sudan could face complete bans on visa issuances, effectively barring entry into the United States. Partial visa suspensions. Nations such as Kenya and Tanzania might see specific visa categories suspended, limiting travel and work opportunities. Security improvement deadlines. Several countries have been given 60 days to enhance their security protocols or face potential restrictions.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can ease our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophet? Why waste this our luck? Some say it was, yes, I said it was a part of it. We gotta fulfill the book. Me sing redemption, redemption song. Won't you hear me sing redemption, redemption song? Emancipate yourself. Mental